Good day. Good evening. Today I want to talk about my feelings towards South Jersey, Philadelphia area. This area does not bring happy memories for me. After my adoptive father retired from the Navy, we settled in South Jersey. And as you might imagine, in the mid to late 70s, many towns were not that welcoming to people of color, let alone Black people. And in my town, we probably had a handful of Black people. Well, people of color. And that's including everyone, all non-whites. A handful. So, in elementary school, without fail, on a daily basis, someone opened their face to call me a nigger. In previous episodes, I've already discussed how I was tolerated by my adoptive father's family. So now I'm in a situation where I have an adoptive father who really doesn't like me but has to tolerate me. His family has to tolerate me. I'm in school. Some of the teachers have to tolerate me. The students have to tolerate me. And as my luck would have it, I was always, as I said, there were only a few of us. So I was always a little dot in a sea of white. Then came the middle school years and high school years. And I think that people probably vaguely remember me because I wasn't really much to remember. I was sort of like a shell of a person, essentially. I was in the background. And the only thing that caused me to be able to associate with some people were through my close friendships and connections and family connections and friendships with my neighbor, Jennifer. And then, which then opened the door to all of her friends and associates, which then allowed me to have a place to sit at lunch. And I think Angela Thor and Tanisha and Pat, because it wasn't for them, I don't know where I would have been sitting because I was not really known or had any friends beyond that. South Jersey, those were probably some of the loneliest years of my life growing up. So much so that I would beg my mother to have more children. Adopt, do something. Because I felt so terribly lonely. So apparently, I guess she didn't want to adopt. So they became foster parents. Somehow, the two of them thought, you have a child here who's talking about being lonely, desperately lonely. And the two geniuses thought, now you've already pretty much raised me being a Navy brat, moving around from here to there until we settled in this town in the mid to late 70s. So I've already lived through that part. But somehow they thought that having people come and go would be the best solution. You can't make this stuff up. And then transitioning. I couldn't get out of South Jersey fast enough. And I thought I was going to the big city, Philly. I have friends that love Philly, and I don't want to offend them or anybody who lives in Philly. If there's any place that brings worse memories to me than South Jersey, it's Philly. I would be on my way to work because when I started transitioning, I was working at the mall in South Jersey, and I would have to take the train, the path, out to the mall. But to do that, I'd have to walk down 13th Street because I lived on Chestnut Street at that time. I think it's the Adelphia House. I don't know if that still exists. But when I moved there, there was a club below it. But long story short, I lived at the Adelphia House, and I would be on my way to work, and without fail, the homeless contingent would be sitting there with comments about my appearance. They'd see me when I leave, they'd see me when I come. And they had comments coming and going. If I were to take a trip to the mall, I have hecklers telling me, man, take that makeup off your face. It was so bad that a couple of my friends would walk a block behind me. Now, my friends Gary and Rodney, they were always by my side. So they certainly were there to hear the worst of it. So, yeah. South Jersey doesn't bring good memories for me. It doesn't warm the cockles of my heart at all. But as they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So at this point, I expect that I'm like iron. But no, I stay in therapy and I try to work through some of those feelings. Some of those feelings that left me for a while with the psychosis where I felt like I could hear people talking about. And that carried through to when I was living in Washington Heights. My friend Rodney became my roommate, and I was making him sick with telling him, I hear this one saying this about me. I hear this one saying that about me. This one is talking about me. If it hadn't been for therapy, I think I would have just gone back. You know what? Because I just always was in this constant state of feeling as if I was being attacked or someone was saying disparaging things about me because it had happened. And so it was becoming difficult to distinguish between what was real and what was just my mind making things occur that couldn't possibly occur, but it was real to me. And I was so worried about not causing attention or being attacked that I would turn on every light in the apartment to try to do my makeup. And doing my makeup was an event. It would take a few hours to try to put the face on. Now, you'll see me put some cover up on, maybe a little mascara. I don't really wear makeup now. At this point in my life, because at this point in my life, I don't really care. But at that time, I was obsessed over trying to just not be harassed, not pass, not look beautiful, just not be harassed. My mother always used to tell me how cruel people could be when I was growing up. And people have certainly shown me how cruel they can be. I've seen that all too well firsthand. But I've also seen how good people can be as well. And I thank God for that. Thank you.